Self-love isn't something that happens overnight. It's a choice that we make every day. And it starts with accepting who we are. So, how long does it take for you to choose yourself? To stop seeking approval from others and finally embrace the person that you truly are. Loving yourself isn't about being perfect. It's about embracing every part of you with curiosity instead of judgment. We have to accept who we are and stop seeking approvals from others and finally embrace who it is that we are to our core. And today I'm going to show you just how to do that. So, most of us have been taught to love only the good parts of ourselves, the successful, the confident, the happy. But what about the parts that we struggle with, like the insecurities, the fears, the past mistakes? We push them away, criticize them, and hope that they disappear. But the truth is, what we resist persists. The more that you reject the parts of yourself, the more that they control you. And that's just how it is. And for a long time, I was rejecting myself to please other people, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally, meaning that there were times where I intended to do it to make the other person happy or fulfill the other person's needs before my own, or unintentionally where there was something that I was supposed to be doing, but I kept procrastinating and pushing it back, that I just allowed myself to engage and move in a different direction than the direction I'm supposed to be in, which was committing to myself. What if instead of judging yourself or judging ourselves, we got curious? That we get curious about ourselves. So, curiosity is basically what it sounds like. Like, why do I feel this way? What can this part of me teach me? When you change your perspective and ask those questions, it really takes you out of the energy of shame and into self understanding. And once you are self understanding, it is going to place you into pieces of your life that are aligned with you and that are going to bring you into joy and in alignment. So imagine that you're speaking to yourself like a kind and wise friend. And I'm sure that you are a kind and wise friend. And I'm sure that you have given great advice to your friends. How would that change your life if you use the same words that you use to uplift your friend, to support your friend, to yourself? What would change in your life? These are things that you should really reflect on. I feel like this is a great journal prompt. It will also change your inner dialogue, the self talks that you have. So try that. And we're also going to get into some daily practices. There are three in particular that I would love to share with you, and I would love for you to use on a daily basis. These are three things that I use in my daily rituals on my self love journey. So, the first one being mirror talk. Mirror talk, what does that mean? So, every morning, say one kind thing to yourself. One kind thing, and you can start there. The idea of having daily practices for self love is to start small. You can start by saying one kind thing in the mirror to yourself in the morning before you go to sleep. You can do it just once a day, try it out, and then try to do it more often. And the reason why we want to try to do it more often is so that we change the inner dialogue and the self talk that we have with ourselves. So, number two would be to rewrite the narrative. And what does that look like? Well, when you catch yourself in negative self talk, for example, saying, I'm so bad at this, you can say that I'm learning. And with that comes compassion, self compassion. So you're reframing the negativity and replacing it with compassion. And when you fix that verbiage, you're also going to shift the perspective in your mind. So it's just going to come naturally. Think of it as a habit, right? They say it takes 21 days to break a habit. So try to utilize this daily. Let's say you do it for a month. Notice how your inner dialogue shifts. Notice how the things that you do on a daily basis change. They bring you more joy. Your perspective changes, so you realize the things that you need to do to give back to yourself, the things that you need to focus on to move forward onto your path that's just specifically for you. Again, this goes back to you being that best friend, being that kind, compassionate, wise friend that you probably are to other people. You have to be your best friend as well. Okay. And then that leads us to number three, celebrate your wholeness. So remember that you are not just your highs or your lows. You are full, you're beautiful, you're an evolving human being. And I laughed because as I'm saying this to you, it's as if I'm saying it to myself. Because there are times where I have to remind myself that I am not my highs and lows. I'm not, I don't fit in one box. We don't fit in one box. We don't fit in multiple boxes. We are just so full. We can't be confined to a box as we constantly evolve as humans and as we constantly grow. So just know that you are worthy of love just as you are. You don't have to change anything about yourself. You are enough just as you are. You are whole just as you are. You are full just as you are. And the moment that you stop fighting, the moment that you stop fighting yourself and you start accepting yourself, you got to accept yourself. Just give yourself a hug. Just give yourself a hug and say, I accept you. I love you. You are enough. You are whole. That joy will find you. Joy will find you if you continue to lean into yourself and you continue to tell yourself that you're worthy and truly believe that. So, if this resonated with you, I would love for you to type, I am enough in the comments and say it too. I am enough. Say it 3 times. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. And comment that in the comments, please. Let's use this space. Let's use this time to remind ourselves that we are worthy exactly as we are. Stay radiant.